Hello everybody, Paul Swift here, hanging out at the 509 Therapy Hub in Spokane, Washington. And I'm holding one of my diagnostic pedals that I developed years ago. So this is a pedal, the Look brand. And this particular adapter right now on this pedal would be Look. But you certainly could change that. I had different ones and you could make this an SPD. So what's the big deal about this pedal? Well, the pedal would actually rotate. All right, and I was able to track the degrees of rotation, and it helped develop the protocol and sort of the standards today in the industry with rotation. There was one other pedal that did this, but that's where it stopped. So we had rotation. We also had a little pointer in the rear, and it might be a little hard to see, but there were some numbers down there where this would tilt, and so we could tilt the pedal. And this is where we came up with the protocol of how many wedges to start with and to try with the person pedaling. Each one of the degrees and markings matched the wedges I had developed back in the day. But most of us, the reality is that the pedal would be a little crooked, or your pedal will wear crooked, and we can talk about that in some other videos so you can see and look that up. Another thing is, well, some people stand off the bike, little feet closer together, maybe wider. Well, it's the same thing, stance width on a bicycle. And it's kind of individual. In other words, like you look at your own leg, one leg rather, and line it up. And so I developed a pedal that moved in and out. And this was really what took stance width to another level. Then I also have introduced spacers, which other people had done, but I then was able to help address when there's no pedal wrench involved and you need a hex key. And if I were to take this, and I could lock it in, different ways to do that. If I were to take off my rear pointer here, I could spin the pedal and raise and lower. And so I also did leg length discrepancy addressing with this pedal. The only thing it really didn't do was the fore-aft, and that was, as I'm showing you, fore-aft was really easy to do already on the cleat. It just was already so rich and full of other features. That was the one where I'm like, okay, if we're gonna do them, fore-aft is kind of easy, let's keep that one up. So it's the only pedal in the world I've ever seen since. I did this in the 90s, that did all these different features and functions, but this is how it started. So when you're here in Spokane and you wanna get a fit from us, this is how I started in the industry. And this changed the way people look at bicycle pedals today. And we can give you some tips to try and do it at home, but it does get pretty complicated after a while when you really want to dial it in. Everybody here at the Therapy Hub is, 519 Therapy Hub is trained, and there's trained fitters all around the world as well. I appreciate you watching. Now you got a little history here, what's behind some of this stuff, and come check us out when you need a bike fit.